Welcome back to World of Warships with your host, X-Brad TC. So, I know I mentioned the other day I hadn't been posting any clips of my battles because I just hadn't been having any good runs. Fortunately, that's going to change today. That's me in the Tier 5 Japanese destroyer, the Minekaze, and I'm in a division with, as always, Lieutenant Rusty, and he's in the premium Tier 5 Japanese destroyer, the Kamikaze. And there's our first target of the day. A Pensacola just popped up. Take a look. Here we are on the Two Brothers map. We're not getting a whole lot of support from the rest of our team. They're pretty much, they're doing the lemming train thing. We've got destroyers trying to run down the center of Two Brothers. That never works well. Starting to close the range on the cruisers over here. Two big assets to the Minekaze, speed and stealth. I'm cooking along at 38 knots. I make a mistake here. I launch torpedoes at 8.9 kilometers. And that's a mistake because the maximum range of the torpedoes on the Minekaze is 7 kilometers. On the plus side, well, and here's the thing, I've been driving the Mahan all day and it has 9.2 kilometer torpedoes. And I just had a senior moment and wasn't thinking. Fortunately for me, the Pensacola is charging towards my torpedoes at about 30 knots. So I'm going to get a pleasant surprise here in just a little bit. If you take a look over a little bit to the right, Rusty has also launched torpedoes. In fact, I got 5 hits on the Pensacola and incredibly didn't sink him. So apparently I must have hit right on the armor belt. Rusty, however, got 1 torpedo into the Pensacola and polished him off. Kill-stealing bastard. Alright, 1 down. Let's see what other trouble we can get into. As it turns out, not only are there the 2 cruisers over there, the Pensacola we sank and another one, there's a farragut. And, we'll take a shot at him. There's no way we're going to hit him, but just, it's what you do. Torpedoes are up and ready, might as well do it. Turn away, I'm detected, and I'm stuck on the border. That's not good. Farragut has very good guns, can easily tear me apart. Pop smoke, get out of there. Just a little bit of damage. And Rusty took a poke at him with some torpedoes as well. Hey, guns are on him, might as well shoot. And we're going to nibble away at this guy. We're not going to get one big devastating strike on him. But two destroyers against 1. If you're handling your destroyer reasonably competently, it's a doable thing. Particularly since the enemy shipping over there on the far side isn't a factor. It's just us and the farragut right now. Close the range. The farragut is still laying smoke, or laying a second screen. My screen is over on the right, and the farragut's decided now's a good time to pop smoke. Again, don't really know where he's at. Might as well put some torps into the screen. Chances are he's going to stay in there. Well, if he pops up, might as well spray some shells at him too. Doesn't take long for these 1 or 2 hits at a time to start adding up. Farragut's smart enough to dodge the torpedoes. They're not going to hit anything. They all miss. Rusty's coming around the side. He's going to detect the farragut doubling back. Any minute, there he is, popping up. I'm going as fast as I can to add my gunfire to support him. Rusty's taking a bit of a beating from the farragut. Torpedoes exchanging. And somehow, I got the kill. I don't know how I got that kill. But I'll take it. Since Rusty stole the Pensacola kill. I think what happened was Rusty got a torpedo into him and took him down to a very small health number, and I had him on fire in that he actually burned to death, the last few bits of health. So I don't know, but I kind of suspect that's how I ended up with the kill. I'll take it. I'm not above stealing a kill from Rusty. I do it all the time. All right, so we've cleared out the western edge of the map. So we're heading south to see what we can do towards the enemy's spawn point. And by the way, there's one of our destroyers that ran down the channel. That didn't end well for him. Now let's take a look at what we've got. There's a battleship there. I believe that's in New Mexico. He's not alone, by the way. There's also going to be a Colorado down here. Once again, speed and stealth. 7-kilometer torpedo range, and the Minekaze has a detection range of about 6.1 kilometers. So you can actually get into range, launch torpedoes, back out, and not be detected. Mind you, I very often do get detected because of the turning circle and the speed of the destroyer. I forget to slow down at the last minute to reduce the closure rate. And if you can launch on a battleship without being detected, you've got a pretty good chance of him stumbling into it. If he spots you, most battleship drivers are getting smart enough to where they will start to turn away and spoil your firing solution. That is complicated, though, when you're being attacked by two different destroyers. You'll notice there's a fair bit of separation between Rusty and I. Rusty and me. And what that means is our torpedoes are going to be coming in from different vectors. So maneuvering to avoid one very often puts you into the path of a separate set of torpedoes. So here goes my launch. Now that's just a down-the-throat launch, which ordinarily is the worst kind because they're easier to dodge. Open the range, never was detected. So what's going to happen here in a minute is the Colorado is going to have his torpedo warning go off, and he's going to start to react to Rusty's torpedo launch, and he's going to actually expose himself to my torpedo launch. And there they go. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye. Easy peasy. That was an easy kill. The next one, not so much. The New Mexico driver now knows there's at least one destroyer over here, and it's just killed a battleship. So he's going to be on his toes looking around for us and not just sailing in a straight line. But we're going to go ahead and start closing in on him. As it happens, things are getting a bit dicey for us over here. He is moving away from us, so the closure rate is actually pretty slow. I mean, yeah, New Mexico's only got about 20 knots and 21 knots. We're going along at 38, but 17, 18 knots closure is a lot different than 50 knots closure if he was coming towards us. Still, we're going to track this guy down. Now, the other thing is, with him moving away, if I launch torpedoes at 7 kilometers, they'll never reach him. They'll reach where he was, but they won't reach him. He's moving away. So I'm having to press in the attack. I'm detected by air. He knows I'm here. Trying to get into a short enough range where the torpedoes will have a chance to actually reach him. He's just as I start the launch, I can start seeing he's getting some turn started. So as it happens, not going to get him. Oh yeah, look at that. He's heeling over. Oh well, I'm detected. Might as well put some rounds on him. You never know, you might get lucky and start a fire. Oh, where did that come from? Ah, it's an enemy destroyer. Where did that come from? That torpedo that just went down my starboard side. I saw that, and I didn't really think much about it. I thought maybe it was a torpedo bomber or something. As it turns out, probably not. Go ahead and launch a couple torpedoes over towards that destroyer coming out of the channel. No real expectation of hitting him, just remind him to keep his distance a little bit. Take another look at the New Mexico, try and get some shots out at him. Nah, he's turning. I have no idea who he's shooting at, but try and get some rounds on him. Keep an eye on the destroyer on the port bow. Oh, dive bombers. Did a lot of damage to me. Hit the repair party quick as a bunny. Get my steering, my modules back up. Fire again. Ugh, terrible gunnery. Should have been firing a little bit higher. All right. Launch on him again. Check on the destroyer. He's gone. He's dead. Somebody else killed him. Wasn't me. Spot something back there. Is that a destroyer? Could be. We're going to see more of him in a little bit. Finally, one of our other ships has come along. I believe that's a battleship. Come along to help support us down here, instead of just lollygagging around up north. And we're just going to keep spamming torpedoes at this New Mexico until we get something on him. And look at that. He's nearly full health. Oh, look at that. That's a Mahan. I want nothing to do with him. He is more than capable of blowing me out of the water. Very good guns, fast, long-range torpedoes. His torpedoes outrange mine. Hey, look at that. We finally got a piece of the New Mexico. Just one hit. And you'll notice he was on darn near full health. The problem is, apparently, he had just used his repair party, and it's still on cooldown. So if you look, you'll notice he's flooding. And he's still flooding. And me, I'm concentrated on the hand right now. I'm trying to both get out of range and maybe do a little damage to this guy. Because sooner or later, we're going to go after the carrier, which is up north of us. We're going to have to get past this guy. So I was pretty pleasantly surprised at what happens next. Come on, take the shot, take the shot, take the shot. Terrible shot. Terrible guns on the Minekaze. Pretty effective when you actually... Oh, look at that. The New Mexico flooded to death. Got the kill. Terrible guns on the Minekaze. The shells are pretty effective, but the range is terrible. The reload time is terrible. I don't know who killed the man, but I was delighted to see it. I think it was Rusty. And with that, it's just the carrier left. But our team is capping the enemy base, so we're going to win this one here in just a second before we have time to go up and go carrier hunting, which is a shame. I love carrier hunting, especially in the Minekaze. Just about done. And I believe this will be my first win of the day in the Minekaze, so I'm going to get an XP bump. Yep, there we go. We capped them. Over $250,000 in credits, almost 4,000 in experience points, 14 gun hits, 9 torpedo hits, 3 sinkings, 1 fire, 5 floodings, and I completed the mission and got the devastating strike. 1,700 base experience points. Number 1 on the team. If I'm number 1 on your team, you're doing it wrong. Still, that was a pretty good run, and I was pretty happy with that. And, you know, there's the damage score. Look at that. 69,000 from torpedoes. Not bad at all. Minekaze, speed and stealth. Stay out of detection. Use the speed. Run in, run out. That's it for today, folks. Have a good one.